Guys, it is Denise again. I have a cup of coffee here in my cute new mug that I got for Mother's Day. Anyway, I've got another small pocket of time with a quiet house, so I thought that I might film another video. I just have a quick question. So let's say it's May and it's pretty much too late to get a full year hobonichi cousin. April has already gone by. It's actually mid-May and you don't really want to get a spring start because you feel like you're gonna lose out on almost 2 months of a planner. So what do? Whoops. So I'm not really one to use outdated planners, but I thought that if I got the AVEC, I could get through June without trying to use a cousin, and then make it to July, and then use the second half of this, and then kind of save the first half for if I ever get an inkling to use a cousin. Then I've just got a outdated one, but it'll only be like a 6-month one that I can just redate if I want. I am a big planner hopper, planner journal user. Yeah, there's just so much inspo online these days, so that's what inspired me to use a cousin. I saw someone use their cousin, the hobonichi cousin. It was a full year though, and previously I always thought it had to be nice, neat, aesthetically pleasing, but their one was very more realistic, lifelike, different pens, wasn't like made up with stickers, and I thought that's the kind of life that I'm going to be leading in the second half of this year, so that's why I got the cousin. But before I really do anything with this, because I'm not going to set it up yet, I thought I would just go through my very first cousin that I ever used, just to kind of inspire me and see how I want to use my AVEC for July. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So this is going to be packed away for a little while. I will do a video in the future kind of setting this up, not that I really plan to set it up much. It'll be more of a kind of just like, I wanted everything in one book because I don't think I'll have time to be flipping through all my planners and journals, so I kind of want to make this my one planner and journal, maybe a few additional stuff on the side that I don't touch every day, but this will be kind of like my holy grail book. Yeah, so I'll go into that a bit further. I am also considering cutting it to a standard size so that I could fit it into one of my standard TNs, but I don't know if I want to do that and lose the space. So let's go through this and then maybe I can decide. So my very first hobonichi item order was for 2022, so I only discovered them in the end of 2021 for their September release. So I'm just gonna have some coffee because I'm a little bit tired today. So I only discovered them, yeah, in 2021, and that's when I really discovered Tomoe River paper and how great Japanese stationery is. Anyway, since then I've been in love with hobonichi. So that first kind of introduction to hobonichi, the only thing I got was this and one of their covers, but I didn't really get any accessories. I think I might have gotten the notebooks that complement this, just the plain thin ones, but other than that, this was all I thought I was going to need and use. I don't even remember where I saw this or how I came to find it, but glad I did. I also don't know or really remember what's in here. I haven't flipped this for a little while. I'll do a quick overview for anyone that doesn't know a hobonichi cousin, but I feel like they are pretty popular nowadays. You get your yearly calendars, so your current year, your previous and your future year, which are all now long gone. This is just your, I think people call this a yearly is it yearly calendex or something? I don't know. You essentially get one line per day. Everyone uses this differently. I now don't actually use this one. So the one in my hobonichi weeks, I don't even touch it. But I did try to use this as a kind of a line a day, more like a contents page for where I could find stuff. So a lot of COVID stuff. At the top I was trying to track birthdays, which actually I might start doing again. That's not a bad idea. I got back into putting a day line, I guess you could say. Then you get your monthly, so you get your previous December, the whole of the next year, and then I think you get up to March of the next year. Yeah, you do. But anyway, as always, I have used the calendar as a calendar, nothing special. I don't really track much apart from appointments. At this point, it was a lot of work stuff, ultrasounds for my first boy, events. Yeah, nothing too special. Very plain Jane when it comes to my monthly calendars. And this is when I had my first son, who's now about to turn 2 years old. A lot of memories in this book. I think it was a good year to discover hobonichi, to be honest. And then I left this for my hobonichi weeks, I think it was the next year. Then you get into vertical weeks. Now this is the vertical weeks that I kind of felt like I couldn't fall in love with, if that makes sense. It just, yeah, I just couldn't do it. I didn't know how to. I was trying to do a mood tracker, a task list for the week. Here I was doing to-dos, then I was trying to just write what was going on during the day. Yeah, I couldn't get into it. I think just every week gets less and less. I used to be pretty good at my mood and tracking, habit tracker stuff, but just didn't work out. Also, to be fair, this was during COVID. And just a little bit about myself, I am a registered nurse that works in emergency. So COVID and working through the pandemic was tough, and it burnt a lot of us out, which is probably why I didn't have time and energy. Also, I was pregnant, to be doing these pages, which is quite sad because look at all these lost pages. Anyway, I think I pick it back up eventually. Let's have a look. Yes, I did. And that is because my son was born and I started tracking his feeds. So for anyone that hasn't had a child or a newborn or hasn't had to breastfeed, bottle feed, take care of a newborn, this is how much they eat. And then here, can't be effed with tracking anymore. Everything is up and down and changes every day. Very true. And then I think I gave it up for the rest of the year. Oh, no. I did one good day. And then I think I saw someone using this as a food log. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, let's try it out. It lasted about 2 weeks, I think. Yep. And then we're back off it. So that's the one thing that made me not get the cousin again, because of the vertical weeks. I think the following year after, so I think last year for 2023, I used the hobonichi A6 because it was just monthlies and dailies. So you didn't have any weeks, which is what was scaring me from getting this, because I feel like I wasted it. But whatever, new day. And then my months. So I think I started off pretty strong in using this as a journal. I feel like most of us do go pretty strong. I'm going pretty fast because I don't know what's in these pages. I feel like in January we do go pretty strong with our journaling and our planning because we're very excited to use our stuff. And then even in February I did. Cool. I think I eventually just fall off it a bit. To be fair, if I was working, it was just a hard day to journal or plan anything. Also, I was still living at my mum and dad's because our house was still being built, so a lot of the time, like, I wasn't really meal planning. For anyone that used to live at home, you know, you kind of just clean your room and your bathroom and you're done. Whereas like the communal area, my mum was pretty much doing that herself. I know, I'm very lucky. Anyway, you know, now I've got to clean a whole house or do all the laundry. Very different now. Kind of got back into it. So it just looks like just some event reminders. Now this stuff, I don't know what's in here, so let's do this. But for any days that I felt like I needed spare paper, I would go back and I would just redate that page and use it for whatever I needed. So this is more pages. Sorry, my son is crying again. Okay, sorry, I'm back with the baby on my chest again. What was I saying? As you can see, this is a lovely stationery wish list that I made. Yeah, cool. Some more journal notes, gratitude notes. I've really forgotten what I was saying, but I pretty much was using this as a journal. I didn't really write a lot of to-do lists, if I'm being honest. I was more of a journal kind of girl. I feel like I might have done a to-do list if I had like a lot of things to do or stuff that was on my mind. Otherwise, yeah, I didn't really feel the need to, but these days I'm just trying to survive, and I don't want to forget any important things, especially when it comes to my boys. So that's why I got more into planning. Baby shower. So I think I eventually, sorry, I'm just going to flip through the whole thing, really. I guess this is a hobonichi cousin flip through as well. This is when my son was born. Journaled a little bit. I do wish I journaled a lot more regarding his birth and him as a newborn, but I just felt like I, you know, again, was just trying to survive. Some empty pages, tax return. This is when I started doing to-do lists. I guess I started doing them once I had a baby. August is not a month for journaling, it seems. And then I think this is when I finally started using it a lot. I know the last 3-4 months of this cousin is actually quite well used. I think I just got into a good rhythm of what I needed to do for my son, and then when I could have some me time, started using it again. Just testing out different ways to use it as well was a nice thing. Here, September. I think because, as we know, the hobonichi stuff releases September 1st, so that really kind of got me inspired to use this more. So yeah, let's just flip through it. I was trialing the A6 size because I was looking at getting an A6 for 2023, which I did get, because I felt like I was using this space well, but not all of it. So I thought the A6 would be good and easier to fill up, which it was. But I still was loving this. As you can see, I really got into my journaling again. I got into my stationery again, new pens, started ordering a lot more. Another thing is, I found that when I was breastfeeding at night, a way to keep myself up was online shopping. So that was a lot of damage to the wallet, but it was, I guess, safe to keep me up. So yeah, a lot of pen to paper. This was my hobonichi order that I finally got, and then I also started getting into TNs. Yes, this probably will tell me when I got my first TN. It seems like 2020. Oh, sorry, baby. 2022 was when I got into TNs, which again, late to the party. Yeah, just using this well. Hi, Bubba. Okay, big stretch. Good job. Yeah, like I said, a lot of journaling, a lot of stationary thoughts. This is the start of October where it seems as though I was trying to do some, what are they called? Habit tracking. Sorry, I've just lost my train of thought. Looks like I was very good at journaling, not very good with exercising, a little bit creative, and that's when I started writing to my son as well. This is when I got my, I think, first Kaweco Sport in the brown, and I became obsessed with it. My first TN in the standard size, which was the black one, and yeah, as you can see, I think this is only when I first, where was it? When I first got my photo printer and then started putting a bit of photo stuff in here. But yeah, I was starting to have a lot more fun in this, doodling a lot more, using a bit of colour, but mainly just trying to document my day, journal my thoughts. Yeah, I actually quite like how I've used this. I probably realistically will kind of use it the same, just different kind of every day. I do like that you've got the timeline here, but I don't tend to use the timeline too much, if I'm being honest. This will definitely be kind of the journal side, and this will probably be the kind of to-do list for the day. So plans, journal, and down here is maybe a free-for-all depending on the day. So if I need more journal space, if I need dump space, which will probably be dump space if I'm being honest. Yeah, cool, doodles. This is when I started getting a little more creative, I'd say, a lot more comfortable with just doodling. I love how much I was writing down about my day. I really wish I did this for the whole year. I obviously didn't have the time and energy though. Cute. When I first got my cutting machine and I started cutting stickers, just trying to be creative. A mood board, and then December. That is a lot more colour. I think I just started getting a lot more comfortable with just using colour and my fountain pens. Wow, that's very cute. Very impressed with myself over these last few spreads. Selection page, and then the back is important information. Anyway, that is my 2022 cousin. I think I'll be using it the same way. The only different thing is I'm trying to okay. Let me open up trying to figure out how I want to use this. I was thinking, because I've been enjoying a lot more, I've been enjoying a lot more of kind of junk journaling and memory keeping. I might use this for that. But yeah, stay tuned. I will kind of have a think about it, and when I set up my avec, then I will decide. The other thing is if I want to cut it to a standard size. So I've seen Maniki plans cut it to standard, and it pretty much cuts off at, it ends up saying just hobotech. So I believe what you lose, for example here, is you lose this column and then you lose your Sunday column. But if I'm going to use this as a memory keeper, I'm not going to be staying within the columns. It'll just be like a weekly spread. And then in the monthly, I think you lose this column and the Sunday, which is fine because I don't really tend to do much on the weekend, of planning wise anyway. And then on the daily, let's find an empty page, which I think August had the most empty pages. I think on this side you kind of just lose this bit of the calendar, but then on this side is where you lose the date, which is fine because I can just write the date on the top. I don't really use these boxes as tick boxes, just use them as space. So I could just use that to write the day and the date. Ooh. Then I also will be losing some journal space. See, this is what I don't know. The other thing was that if it was too thin, I would just use this as my journal, and then if I needed my dump notes and whatever memories I needed on that page, and then I would use this as my to-do list, so as my planner. So those are my two kind of options, train of thought. Of course, this is nothing serious. This is just planning and journaling. But I thought I'd share my thoughts, and if you guys got any other ways that you use this, yeah, let me know. That's all from me. I'm gonna go settle this child, and yeah, see you guys. Bye.